Hey guys, it's 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna get started. There might be a couple more people getting on the video, and I think Eric's gonna pop in really soon. But can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Jen and Erica?
Yeah. I can hear you.
I can't hear you for some reason, but
I don't know. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. I got you. And Jen, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to get started. I think Eric might pop in, but I'm Marissa, by the way, Jem. I'm the president of the club. And is your last name Welker?
Yeah.
Okay.
We spoke earlier.
Okay. And what did you guys talk about with Eric? Like, did you decide, like, any topic ideas?
Yes.
What was your idea?
I'm gonna do something on cerebral palsy.
Okay. Very cool.
I was encouraged by Drez to do this because I submitted a couple pieces for them, being a college student with a disability and things like that.
Okay, that's awesome. Erica? Oh, you wanted to do something with your dad possibly, right?
Well, he said that I should just get my dad to join the, cohort, I guess, but I'm probably gonna do something with a poetry book with uplifting, interviewing a lot of women and seeing what they think about a lot of topics. So that's probably gonna be doing. But yeah.
Very cool. And hi, Charmaine.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I think I talked to you earlier. So you talked to Eric, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you come up with any topic ideas?
Right now we're going with the topic of finding your own jelly filling. And basically, yeah, I know it's a weird topic, but basically, I told him it's gonna be about I want to get perspectives from multiple different women, just figuring out how do they feel their donut feeling, basically that gut feeling that you've been thriving to get off of something or someone, and just figuring out.
Yeah, that's really cool. Mine's about, I don't know if I talked to you about it, but basically how to be an entrepreneur in the makeup industry. So I'm trying to interview women or men in the industry who started up their own company or growing. So I started before you guys, and I've already started interviewing people, and I've already started writing my book. So it's actually a lot more achievable than I thought, and I'm way more excited because I'm wow, damn, these people are actually reaching back to me. I'm surprised. But so since this is recorded, there's probably not many more people coming today. I'm gonna start the slides. And did any of you guys download Quip?
I did, yeah.
Okay, because there's gonna be a video I show you that's gonna make you log in and get started, and that's gonna come up soon in the slides. So, okay, I'm gonna share my screen and then I'll go over the PowerPoint. Okay. Okay. I don't know if Eric's coming in. He might just pop in out of nowhere, but so basically our session is we're supposed to get started with Eric, and also we're going to talk about onboarding and the tools we're going to use to get our book written and resources for us. Our editor will be using Quip, and as well as other students, and everyone has access to each other's work. And then reaching out to friendlies, which I will explain to you guys later. So our goal of this group is to get our manuscript done in June, and surprisingly it is achievable with the structure that we have in place. And it is said to be published by November, so that's exciting. And now we're going to talk about our process. Can you really create a good book in 20 weeks? No. But you can create a mediocre draft in 20 weeks. And basically everyone who's helping us in this process can help us make a great first draft. And I'm going to keep going. And so today I scheduled it for Thursday, but typically I'm going to have my weekly videos today on Wednesdays. I like was running late yesterday. I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to invite people to the call, so I made it today. But usually I'm gonna have my videos Wednesday at 4 p.m. So I don't know if that's gonna work for you guys, but it's gonna be recorded, so it doesn't matter. So exactly, you could watch it later. And then I'm gonna tell you more about Lynn soon. Once you're on Quip, you're gonna connect with her. She helps Eric a lot with the whole process because there's people from all across the United States working on books just like us through this program, so they need help. And we're gonna use Quip. So I will get to this later. We're gonna reach out to Lynn, but first I'm gonna get you guys on Quip first. So, like, starting off, you guys are gonna get in the Get Smart phase, which is you reaching out to potential people you want to interview for your book. And that'll be 4 weeks. And then now I'm already in the 10-week phase where I'm already starting to write my stories. But the Get Smart phase never ends, really, because you're going to always want to keep reaching out to people. So, let's skip through some of these slides. And these are some of the books that students got published. And this Talk Beauty to me was one of my inspirations. And I connected with her on LinkedIn because I'm also writing about the beauty industry, and it was awesome to see like she's selling her book on Amazon and the hard copies, so it's really cool. You could check out other authors' books. There's so many different things that got published just by students through New Degree Press, which is our publishing company that's going to help us. Basically, you're going to aim to have like 750 words per story, but it could be less or more. It really depends. And you're going to try to aim to get about 34 stories in your book to like take up a lot of space. And right there it says 40% from interviews, 40% from research, which is like someone that's unattainable. They're too high to like really reach out to, and you're just going to get an interview from them from previous interviews, and then 20% of your own personal thoughts and opinions. Okay. So 10 to 15 primary interviews are those interviews that you're going to be talking to the actual person. So I've talked to people who started their own makeup brush line. So they're primary interviews. And then the secondary interviews are going to be those people that, for example, like Kat Von D or like Jeffree Star in the makeup industry that will probably never get back to me, but I am going to find something they published or talked about in their story and then include that in my book. Okay, and then your goal for this month is trying to schedule at least 6 to 8 primary interviews, and it's not set in stone. I didn't get 6 right away. It's not like is it exactly set in stone, but and then 10 to 15 secondary interviews as well.
When you're asking, is he going to tell us what we're supposed to ask these people, or is it all just going to be organically just like you?
We do have a little bit of like a script that I even used. I kind of just like followed the same message and then I send it to like the same message to other people and like tailor it.
Right.
And that's been successful so far. Like I've gotten quite a few people like reaching back, and it's kind of crazy to see like, wow, like I had a supermodel who has her own makeup line like get back to me. And I was like, what? Like that's crazy. But there is a formula, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
But organic messages work too. So okay. So I'm gonna show you this video, and now you guys are gonna like want to be on Quip. So either it's gonna be easiest to do that on your laptop if you guys have access right now. I'm gonna show a video of Brian who works with Eric, and he's gonna basically explain it better than I can how to get started. So do you guys all have Quip? Jem, do you have it?
And then a life size part of the face.
Jem? Well, I'm gonna start the video anyways, but let's see. All right, is my screen shared, correct? Okay. All right, I'll let this video play, and then I could pause it if he's going too fast, so you guys can get what needs to be done. So.
All right, everybody. So this video here is all about getting set up on Quip, the platform that you'll be using here over the next several months. So without further ado, this video is about getting set up on that platform. I'll explain things tactically in both in terms of what documents are used for, as well as actually how to use them and as well as we go through here. So things are going to be super tactical and super done live here on the spot. So without further ado, who am I? Because you might be asking yourself that question. So for anybody asking that question, who is this lovely gentleman here before you in this video? My name is Brian Beast, and I am the head of publishing for New Degree Press. I volunteer my time here with Creator Institute in the Creator Institute New Degree Press partnership, and I will be helping you get set up on Quip here today. I've done this dozens of times with your president here. I help them get set up on Quip most of the time, probably looking at my phone as I was explaining it. I've gotten so good with Quip that I can tell you how to get set up on it without even looking at the screen. So without further ado, I'm going to be getting you set up on Quip, and so first things first, I'm going to share my screen here on Zoom. Okay, so first things first, getting set up on Quip. What is Quip? The simple answer to that is, I'm sure everybody here has heard of Google Drive, and I'm sure everybody here has heard of either Facebook Messenger, Slack, or any chat messaging platform that exists. If Google Drive and Slack, Facebook Messenger, a chat messenger, got married and had a baby, it would be Quip. And I know that sounds like a weird metaphor, but bear with me, it works. Here's why. Everything you can do on Google Drive, from collaborating on documents to documents automatically saving every 5 seconds, to commenting on documents, to working on documents together at the same time, all of the things you can do on Google Drive, you can do on Quip. Chat Messenger. Everything you can do with a chat messenger, you can do on Quip. You can at people. That's what typically people will say by tagging people. When you hear that one. So you can at people, you can chat with people. It's all about communication too. So anything you can do on either of those two types of platforms, you can do on Quip. And if you know that, your life just got a hell of a lot easier. And that's why I explain it in that perspective, because Quip is nothing new. It just does what Google Drive and a chat messenger combined do really well. And that's why the metaphor of having a baby is really well. So, first things first, what I want everyone to do is make sure that they have Quip downloaded to their phone and to their laptop. So, what you'll be doing, sounds super obvious, but I'm going to be explaining everything in this tactical depth throughout this video. So feel free to just ignore me if you're a tech genius or you're a tech god. But for everybody else in the room, I got your back. So what you want to do, you want to download the desktop app, because Quip has an app for both your laptop and your phone. Whether it's iPhone, Android, Samsung, whatever phone you have, there's an app for it. So what you want to do is download both apps. So to download the first one, the desktop app, you'll want to type into Google, Quip desktop download. Open up Safari, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, whatever. Go to Google, type into the search bar, Quip desktop download. And lo and behold, it will be the first link that you go to. Quip, introducing Quip desktop. You'll click on the link, and then it'll bring you to this page. You'll then click download Quip. Go ahead, download, install Quip now. Residents, feel free to pause the video and re-explain anything I've just said for anybody who's finding it difficult to open up their internet browser and get set and download equipment to their desktop. All right. Now that Quip is downloaded to your desktop, you're now going to download it to your phone. So if you have an iPhone, go to the App Store. If you have an Android, you have a Samsung, whatever phone you have, you can go to the App Store and download it. So, for example, going into the App Store. Yeah, App Store on my phone here. Type into it Quip. I don't know if you can see on the screen there. Quip is the first one that pops up on the search results. You'll just install it. So install that one to your phone right now. And if anybody's struggling to download it to their phone, pause the video here to make sure everybody gets it downloaded to their phone as well. Now, everybody should have Quip downloaded to their desktop, on their laptop, and to their phone. If anybody doesn't, and you're still continuing on, pause the video now and make sure that's a thing. Because as you'll see, having Quip on your phone and on your laptop is a requirement. Trust me, I have worked with over 100 plus authors on the publishing side at this point, and I've worked with even more on this first part of the journey here. And if you do not have Quip downloaded to your phone and to your laptop, your life will be a pain in the ass. So just make sure it's downloaded and you'll be all set. So now that that is done and that is clear, download it to both your phone and to your laptop, you'll then open up Quip. Quip has Google integration. So if you have a Gmail account or your .edu, your university email is through Gmail. So for example, I went to Georgetown, and Georgetown's email service provider was Gmail. Some people have Outlook, some people have Yahoo, but a lot of people have Gmail as their overarching service provider for their email. So you can just use your like Google login info once you actually create an account. Like that'll make your life easier. But you may not actually, you won't automatically be added to this folder just by simply downloading Quip. Your president has to invite you to the folder. How does your president invite you to the folder? How does president get invited to the folder? Get you invited to the folder? Well, you'll click in the handy dandy right hand corner, this blue share button. You'll click share. And then whenever it decides to load here, 1 second, I'm gonna pause the video until it's ready to load. Now it's ready to load. You'll see you click on the blue share button. You'll then click add people. Search bar pops up. For everybody here in the room that needs to be invited into your club's folder, you'll just go into, you'll just type in johnsmith@gmail.com, whatever their person's email is. So make sure everybody gets invited to Quip there by adding their name and then clicking down here at the bottom right of this pop.
Okay, so I'm going to share that with you guys now since you guys all have it. I'm going to go down to Quip. Let's see. Oopsies. Illinois author list. Go to folders, Illinois. Oh, Erica, can you tell me your email?
Yeah, it's Erica, ERYKA Jones, JONES.college@gmail.com. I'm gonna change it soon, but right now it's just everything is that. So sorry.
That's fine. And then Charmaine, can you tell me yours?
Yeah, it's CHARMA.
R, another R?
MAINE dot DORTCH
UCH.
at gmail.com. Oh, 9. I'm sorry. It's a 9 between the Dorch and at. Sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, and then I'm gonna add you. And then Jem, are you there? Oh, I put her on mute because her screen was loud. Why isn't it working? Jem? Jem? Okay, I'm gonna just add her after because I don't know if her audio is working. Did you guys get a share?
Yeah.
Okay. And now I'm gonna go back to the video to see what to do next.
Pop window, the blue share button again, and it will invite them. So go ahead and do that. Pause the video here to make sure everybody here in the room is invited to your school's. There may be other things in the folder, but these are the 4 things that really matter for you at the moment. So pay attention to these ones here. So the first one is your book idea. Everyone should go into your book idea right now. And when you go into it, what you will all do, as you'll see in a quick second here, is you will all fill in your book idea. All right, so I've actually already filled out an example here to make your lives easier in terms of what you should fill out. But what you want to fill in are these first 4 columns. Columns A, B, C, and D. Column A with your name. Column B with your current working title. By no means has to be finalized as the title you will actually publish with. I guarantee you, you will change your title. As the head of publishing for New Degree Press, I can say from experience.
Wait, sorry, I actually don't know. I can't see what you shared.
I publish my
Okay, let me go double check. Charmaine, you see it though? Yeah, I see you're on here. Erica?
Yeah, I see all of them.
Okay, yeah, Erica, yours didn't go through for some reason. Erica.Jones?
Yeah, I'm check that. Erica.jones.college@gmail.com.
Erica.Jones.college@gmail.com. That's weird.
So weird. Okay, did I need to verify my password or something?
I shared it again. Did it not work? Oh, it says you're on there, so maybe double check.
Okay. Oh, wait, I just got an alert. Yeah, here we go.
And now you guys are gonna go to your book idea.
Okay.
You see where mine is?
Mm-hmm.
And then Erica and Charmaine, just add whatever works for you right now.
Oh, that's so weird.
What?
We're typing at the same time.
Can you not do that or something?
I'll just move down. You just stay there, Charmaine.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I feel like that's good enough for now, unless you want to add who you want to interview or hope to land.
Oh,
Are you guys there?
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Do you guys want me to move on, or are you guys gonna put something? I think my screen went blank, so I didn't hear you guys.
I'm just gonna wait.
Okay, that's totally fine. I'm gonna keep going with the video because he's gonna make us do more. Hold on.
99th book with New Press as the head of publishing, back at the end of November. Only 3 of those people have kept like their title from start to end. Everybody else has changed it, so odds are it's going to change. So you'll put in your working title. You'll then add a brief description of your topic, so that way everyone knows what it is. And then lastly, you'll include a generic list of the types of people you want to interview. What I mean by that is, to give you an example, let's say you're writing a book on sports. What you would then say in this list is you want to interview basketball players, coaches, general managers of teams, venture capitalists, recruiters, so on and so forth. The generic types of people. If you're writing a book on physics, you'll put in this list here: physicists, scientists, college students, whomever it is that fits your generic list. In this list, you don't need to put names like Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, the generic role and type of person, as you'll see in a quick second. So everyone should go in, pick a row in descending order. First person gets row 2, second person gets row 3, row 4, and so on and so forth till the end. So everybody here has a row. You'll fill in your name, your working title, brief description of your topic, and a generic list of the types of people you would like to interview. Pause the video here so everyone can do that. Okay, now that everyone has that filled in, why do we have you do this? Couple of reasons. One, we want to know and remember and clearly see for the entire creator community at your school to know of what exactly you're working on. Because that way you have a central spot for remembering it, and so that way we can remember it too. 2, you all are working on very cool and inspirational things. I highly encourage you to go back through this document here, this dashboard, and see what you all are working on. As you'll see, the topics are pretty cool. For some of you, if you haven't yet had a topic chat with Eric, some of these things may just say TBD. Once you know your topic, you'll go back in and fill it and update it. So that way everybody can see what it is. 3, all of you are incredibly smart and well connected. More connected than you all give yourself credit for. So, from the smart perspective, all of you are smart and talented. You may come across someone's topic, and you may have come across a really cool article that you think that person should take a look at, or you know someone who'd be really cool for them to talk to, or maybe you have a perspective that they should consider or think about. You have a question sparked by the topic that you want to make sure you think about. Whatever it may be, what you can do is leave a comment by saying insert comment, and it'll pop up with an option to say comments, and you'll just type it. And what you'll do is you'll say at their name, I know person X, you should totally talk to them. Or, what do you think of this cool article? And then the link to the article, or whatever it may be. Help each other out. You all know people. You just don't realize it. Use this as a structured, clear way to help each other out. You will be surprised by the power of doing so. So knowing that, take full advantage of each other. We're all collaborators and conspirators on this great journey that we're on right now. So take advantage of it. Now that you've done that, you'll in the top left corner click the back arrow and you'll click on book office hours. So in here, you are going to keep track of the office hours that you will spend working on your book every week. We call it book office hours because this is your personal commitment to yourself to work on your book every week. And we recommend that you spend 3 or so hours working on your book every week. 3 to 4, 3, depending on your schedule. But about 3 or so hours working on your book every week. And we recommend that you break those 3 hours up into 1 hour chunks. So it's not overwhelming, so it's doable, so it's tactical. And as you'll see, if you're spending those 3 hours and you make it super tactical and you're doing the things that we outline here, you'll find that the time.
Okay, so my video apparently is like running out soon, so why don't we go ahead and do that on our Quip? Okay, what? That was weird. I don't know what just happened. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I muted you guys again. What is happening? Okay, so now we're gonna go to our book office hours. And then you guys could put whatever works best for you. It's not obviously going to be set in stone. Like, I've been working on it whenever I have time, really. But this is just like a mental reminder for yourselves.
Are we supposed to do it 3 times or every day?
Just do. You don't have to do every day. 3 is like minimum, I would say.
Okay.
It's just to get you motivated. All right, I'm going to move on.
Time goes by real fast. You're accomplishing a lot. Slot that you pick yourself. You're actually forcing yourself through peer pressure to actually stick to the time, because odds are, if A, you didn't even pick a time, and B, you didn't make it public, so that way everybody else in your creator community knew about it, you wouldn't actually spend the time doing it. If you're going to be creating a book, you should actually spend the time to do it. So we want to force you to do it. And I mean that in a positive sense, not like we're forcing you. But if this is a book tied to your passion and to your purpose, you want to be spending it. So you want to set yourself up for success every chance you get. This is the way to do that. 2, Eric may want to chat with you, or your developmental editor, we'll talk about more later, may want to chat with you or connect with you. These are times that you are publicly declaring to the world that you are going to work on your book. So what we're going to do now here is we're going to create your folder, all of the things that go inside it, so that way you can hit the ground running over the next week here. So this part here, before we actually do any creating and actually doing, I want to be really clear. Listen to what I say and then do it. It'll solve a lot of confusion that way. I've done a lot of Quip setup before for a lot of different people, and it will make your life a million times easier if you just listen and then do. Knowing that, in the top right corner, next to the blue share button, in the right corner, there's a pen notepad icon looking symbol here. And it's called Compose. What you'll do is you will click Compose, and you will click New Folder. And you are going to name this folder for first and last name, and then in parentheses, your school's name, which is listed on the folder here, so you can actually know what it is, whether it's, typically it's the acronym of your school's name, or just the first word of it. So I wouldn't say Georgetown University, I would just say Georgetown. So Ryan B's, your name, first and last name, parentheses, school name, and then Jan 19th, as you can see. Feel free to pick whatever color you would like. Now that you've done that, you will then...
Okay, do you guys want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Yours might look different than mine, so... Does your screen look like his? Okay, there you go, Erica. Charmaine, do you need help?
Yeah.
Erica, what did you do to get, why would hers be a document? Let's see.
And maybe that's just a document.
Right, I think.
Instead of a folder?
Yeah, you were supposed to create a folder. That's,
Makes sense.
so just go ahead and press compose and then just create a folder.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Is it any way to delete the document? I'm sorry.
We'll figure that out later. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Alrighty, all done.
Okay, I didn't see it pop up yet, but let's see. Where, oh, there we go, perfect, okay.
Create 3 new subfolders in this one. So pause the video here to make sure everybody has their own folder called first, last name, or first name, last name, parentheses, school name, J19. It's important that it stays organized like that because there are, I guarantee you, going to be more than one John, more than one Jane, more than one Rachel, more than one Brian. Whatever your name is, there's going to be more than one of you, likely, if it's a common enough name. So from an organizational standpoint, make your life easy and follow the nomenclature. Okay, now that you have a folder created, you'll then in the top right, inside the folder that you just created here, you'll click in the top right corner, compose again, and you'll click new folder, and you're going to call this folder Get Smart, and then in parentheses, your first and last name. Because what you're declaring here is that this is Brian Bees' Get Smart folder. This is John Smith's Get Smart folder. This is Jane Sue's Get Smart folder, right? So Get Smart, and then in parentheses, your first and last name. Then you'll hit Create. And then you'll click in the top left corner, the back arrow. So that way the next folder you create can be placed right next to it. Now that that folder is created, you'll then click in the top right corner again, Compose, and you'll call this one Create Stories, and then in parentheses, your first and last name. Almost like there's a method to the madness here, as you'll see. And then the last one, again, backing out of the Create Stories folder, so that way the next one can be right next to it, is you're going to call this one Create Manuscript, and then in parentheses, your first and last name. So, at this point, you should have 3 folders created. Get Smart, parentheses, your name.
Okay, so you guys want to go ahead and do that now? Let's go to Quip. And then go inside your folder. Okay, you've got Create Stories, Get Smart. What was the third phase?
Create Manuscript.
There we go. Did you guys get that done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Create Stories, parentheses, your name. Create Manuscript, parentheses, your name. It's important that it has your first and last name on it, because I guarantee you there's more than one Brian out there, there's more than one Jane out there, more than one John out there in your group's author materials folder. Close it out in a quick minute here when I'm all done explaining why we've organized things in this way, but as you'll see, it'll keep you super clean and super organized. So now that you've done that, click again in the top left corner in the back arrow. Depending on how many folders are in your group's author materials folder, you may have to scroll, but considering the number of folders here in this folder, I don't have to. Go in the last folder in the lineup, see a folder called Templates. Click on that. Okay, so in here are 3 of the most powerful documents you will use over the next several months. The interview dashboard, the research dashboard, and the stories index. So what I'm going to do is explain each briefly so you know what each of them are and how to use them. And then in a minute, after I've explained all of them, you'll then go in and create copies of each. So for the time being, you can just leave your hands at your side and just listen along, follow along. The first one is the interview dashboard. This is comprised of 2 key parts. The first part is the bottom, where one of the big things you'll walk away with as a tactical thing to do after your topic chat with Eric, either if you had it yet or you haven't had it yet, is to create a list of 30 to 50 people you would like to interview for your book. So what you want to do, and to make your life tactical and easy from that standpoint, is to have a place to put all of those names. What you'll do in this bottom part in the interview targets list is put in their name, their social media, their email, their LinkedIn, their Twitter, if they were referred to you from a friend, family member, someone else. That way you can remember who they are. And you'll also be able to check off if you connected with them on social media, if you've done outreach to them, if you followed up with them, if you've done a second follow-up, all of those things so you know who they are and where you stand in your relationship building with them, as you'll see in the coming weeks here. And then the top part is where you'll keep track of the first 10 to 15 people that you actually interview in relation to your book. So we have found that the most on the new degree press side of things, as a publisher, a statistic I can share with you is really good books tend to have a lot of different people that they've interviewed, a lot of different voices and perspectives. Makes sense because good books have good knowledge and good insight. And the way you get insight is through people that you interview. So this is the way in which you'll be able to track the first 10 to 15 interviews that you actually do. Any ideas that come up in the conversation, any notes or things. If you end up recording the interview, you can put the recording in here so you can have it for future reference, and all of the things like that. So you want to keep track of all the people that you interview. From a tactical standpoint, this dashboard works really well. Also, from a how are you doing, are you on track perspective, the more you keep this dashboard up to date, the better it is for us to see how you're doing. If you have nothing in here, we're going to assume that either you haven't done anything or you've been struggling. So the more you keep it up to date, even if it says John Smith trying to schedule, it'll just let us know where you stand in the process of it. Again, you'll know like you're not like you're doing fine, you're doing great, because you will. But it helps us know from a tracking standpoint all of that. The more you keep this one up to date. Second one is the research dashboard. The dashboard here is how you will actually compile all the research that you would like to do. So that way you're not just having things haphazard as bookmarks and 60 billion tabs open on Google Chrome or Safari or whatever your browser choice is. You can just put it in here and then refer back to it later when you actually want to do the research or write up or do a write-up of that article, of that study, of that video, the interview, whatever it is. So this is your dumping ground to put all of the research that you want to do and all that jazz. And the last one is the stories index. The stories index is how you will keep track of all the stories that you end up creating and writing over the next several months. And the reason we have this one is because once you start the create stories phase, about a month from now, you'll meet someone that we call your developmental editor. That is why you pay the club dues, because those go directly to your developmental editor here. And your developmental editor will work with you on honing your storytelling, on honing your writing ability, becoming a better storyteller, becoming a better writer. And the stories index is how you will keep track of all the stories that you create. So taking a step back, why have a developmental editor? Well, first and foremost, they help you become a better writer. So that's why. But two, in the context of the book world, a developmental editor's role, their job, is to help a writer, help an author, go from the ideation phase, if they have a topic, they have an idea that they want to write on, and help them turn that into a first draft manuscript. So the stories index here is how you'll be collaborating with them to stay organized, for them to get feedback on the stories and all these things. So the more you keep this one up to date, because they will exclusively look in here for the stories that they have to get feedback on, the more you can leverage that. So from a value of your club dues, keep this one up to date, and it will make your life way easier. Okay, so now that you know what the interview dashboard is, the research dashboard is, and the stories index is, we are now going to create copies of each and place those copies into your folder so you can use them. And I'm going to repeat it for every single one. So by the end of it, you're going to be sick of me. But everybody's going to know exactly how it's done. So the first one I want you to do is click on Template Interviews Dashboard. Now that you've done that, you will then click Document, Copy Document. I'm going to repeat that again. Document, Copy Document. Document, copy, document. You want to create a copy because everybody in your club, in your community, in your creator community here is going to be using this interview dashboard too. So create a copy of it and make your lives easier. So You'll then backspace the word copy out of it. So it'll then say template, interviews dashboard, school name, J19. Once, and remove the word copy. And then where it says the word template, you'll replace it with your first and last name. So the title of the document should read your first and last name. So for me, Brian Bees, colon, interviews dashboard, school name, J19, school name, J19 in parentheses. By default, it will say copy to private. You'll then hit copy. From there, you will then click in the top left corner, document, move to folder, move to another folder, and in the search bar that pops up, you'll type Get Smart and then your name. And then it will pop up, depending on how slow Quip would like to be. You'll then, when it pops up, click on your folder, click Share, because yes, you want to share it. That is saying you will move it into the document. And now it is in your folder. You'll then click the back arrow twice. You'll be brought back to this folder. Okay. Now that everyone has a copy of the interview dashboard in their Get Smart folder, let's do the research dashboard. We'll click on Template Research Dashboard. You'll click Document, Copy.
Do you guys want to do it one at a time, or would you guys want to just get it over with all at once after?
I'm just doing all of them right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it okay that I keep playing it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Copy document. Document, copy document. Delete the word at the end that says copy. You'll then call it your first and last name, Brian B's research dashboard. Copy to private. You'll then click document. Move to folder. Move to another folder. In your name, Get Smart, folder pops up. And then you'll move it into that folder. Again, yes, you were good with sharing it into that folder. Click the back arrow twice. Now, click on Template Stories Index. This one might throw you for a loop, but instead of it saying document, it'll say spreadsheet. You'll click spreadsheet, copy spreadsheet, delete the word that says copy, and rename it to say your first and last name, colon, stories index, copy to private, you'll then say in the top left corner, spreadsheet, move to folder, move to another folder. Get Smart, and then your name, and you move it into the Get Smart folder. You'll say, yes, I want to share it. So at this point, you now have copies of the interview dashboard, the research dashboard, and the stories index in your Get Smart folder. Again, they are copies. If for some reason someone did not create a copy before moving the document, pause the video here, assess what happened, move it back into the template, and then create a copy and move the copy from the private to the folder. Trying to keep it very straightforward here. There have been a couple times that I've gotten people set up, several times, where the reason I'm being as explicit as I am now, not to name any names or give anybody a hard time, but it does happen. So you'll say copy document, copy to private, move from private to the folder. If there's any confusion, rewatch these last couple of minutes in the video here to see what it is.
Were you guys able to get that done?
Yeah, I have a quick question though. I was able to copy and make my own file for the interview dashboard. However, I got lost when how to get to the specifically my name. Smart.
Okay. On your like left, like you're saying it's hard for you to get to the folder, like because you copied it and it went somewhere else.
Yeah. So
go like on the left hand side underneath frequently used. It's like underneath like there's like 4. I don't know how to explain this. There's like 4 boxes on the left, and then underneath there's a dash line, and underneath that there's like pages to the left of the screen.
Okay.
Keep going left. Marissa, go to the left. Yeah, right underneath that, and then click on that. And then for under private, Marissa's is different because she has a lot of stuff, but under ours it should just say private, and that's probably where it went for you.
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
Okay.
I know, because I couldn't find it either, and I was like,
Yeah, literally Brian was probably talking about me because I was struggling. I don't know why. It was like simple, but it was like, oh God, like where do I put this? Okay. But,
well, it's just hard because it just disappears, and you're like, excuse me, where did you go?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it okay if I move on, or Charmaine, do you need a little more time?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, let's see. His video is almost over, and we'll wrap it up.
Now that is done, you now have everything set up on Quip. You have your book idea in the dashboard. You have your office hours in that dashboard. You have your author materials folder set up with the Get Smart folder, the Great Stories folder, the Great Manuscript folder, and all the things that go into the Get Smart folder of the interview dashboard, the research dashboard, and the stories index. Not only that, but you also have the app downloaded to your phone and to your laptop. You are now set up on Quip. So as you'll see here, to really close it all out, you now have everything you need to hit the ground running. All you have to do now is do the tactical weekly activities going forward. Now, why do we have structured everything here the way that we do? As you'll see, almost like we planned it this way, your Get Smart folder is where you'll start things. It's all about getting smart first. From there, you'll then take the smarts you have and you develop over the next bit here. You'll then turn those into stories. You'll then turn those stories into a manuscript. As you see, everything builds. So because everything builds, everything should happen in a specific folder based off the type of activity that it is. So you should never feel lost or disorganized or where something is, because you know what type of activity it was and which folder it should go into. Start by getting smart, and then create stories, and then you create a manuscript. As you'll see, everything here is tactical. You either have a template here, or a tool and a resource here to get you set up in the form of a developmental editor, and so on and so forth with the other people on your team. So everything is now set up and ready to go. There should honestly be no questions about anything that I've explained thus far, because
I'm going to move on so we don't waste too much more of your time. Then I'm just going to finish up with the slides. Okay, so now that you're on Quip, this is what you're gonna make a message. You're gonna send a message to Lynn so she could set up an update room for you, which is where Eric or Lynn will tell you something that's important and help you out. So you could go ahead and say, hi, Lynn, I'm from the University of Illinois and I'm an author. Excited to be aboard. Please be sure to create my updates room. Thanks. And that's all you need to say to her. But I need you guys to go ahead and just send her a message. And you could just put that in your chat or whatnot. Let me know when you guys get that done. Are you guys
I just sent it to her.
okay, awesome. Okay, perfect. She'll get back to you probably tomorrow. All right, interview lists. So Brian went ahead and told you that. I could show you what my interview list looks like just to give you a better perspective. I'm more of a little unorganized type of person, so I'll show you mine though. Let's see. Maybe I'm not in this page. What am I doing? Okay, this is my copy. All right, well, I'll show you guys on next meeting, which is next week, to make it more clear. But basically, you just keep track of all your interviews and who you want to reach out to here, just so you stay organized. I'll show you guys mine next week when I'm a little more organized. And then this is roughly just target having 40 people on your list by next session. And I mean, you're not going to get to all of them, but try to put as many people as possible that you really would love to have in your book. So basically friendlies is someone you already know who's going to go ahead and do an interview with you, like no matter what. So what I did with this is I literally just sent a text message to my friend who owns her own beauty salon and got her to agree to interview for my book. So technically, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and sending, hold on, I'll tell you. They want you to send about 5 to 6 messages to people that you know that could help you with this book writing process. It could literally be your sister, like one of your best friends, someone in your network that you could easily reach out to. I'm going to have you guys literally take out your phones now and do that because that's what I had to do. They literally gave us time to send out a text message. So if you guys want to literally just like send a text message or like a Facebook message to about like 5 to 7 people, and tell them what you're doing and if they would like to like take up some of their time to interview with you. And hopefully out of those 5 to 6 messages you send out, you could get 2 conversations scheduled, one of your friends or family or acquaintances that you know, and then you could go ahead and put that on your interview dashboard through Quip. So let me know when you guys are done doing that. Just a casual message, just as people you know already. Do you guys need any more time?
Yeah, I just talked to, I'm talking to my roommate right now and I'm like, hey,
Okay, perfect.
come, let me interview you.
Awesome. Charmaine, do you need any more time?
No, things are good right now. So
Okay. Okay, so basically our next meeting will be Wednesday, so try not to schedule the interview until after we talk, so we could talk a little bit more about what you're gonna ask people and how it's gonna go down. But just get those friendly messages started, start talking to people, and telling them about your process. And you could start reaching out to people that aren't your friends. Like in my instance, I reached out to makeup artists and smaller companies and reached out to them, but I didn't set the exact date for the interview yet, but I still contacted them. So I would definitely suggest you guys get started early. It's just going to help you out in the long run by reaching out to people that you want to talk to. So if you have any like specific questions, you could reach out to Eric, but also I'm here. And on Quip, Eric is really good at messaging back. So like he will answer you like your question then and there if it's urgent and it's easy to get back to you. So do you guys have any questions for me now? I know that was a lot and it was kind of confusing, but to get everything set up, I know it wasn't fun, but I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
And our next interview session, it will be next Wednesday?
Yes, next Wednesday at 4 p.m. But if that doesn't work for you guys, it's always recorded.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, this works.
any questions? I know was kind of messy with it being via video, but at least you guys got your Quip started, which is where you're going to be doing all your work. So
Right. And also if I'm like still adding people to this, I can just add them to the Quip this way and then send them the videos. Is that what you want me to do?
Well, definitely send them the video first because the way they want to do it, they want Eric to talk to them.
Okay.
We'll have it going, and then we'll need to add them to Quip. But I kind of need to know if they're really going to start the process for me to add them to Quip.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know there's I think a few more people reached out to me that you know. But yeah, keep them coming now. But like within the next couple of weeks, it's probably gonna start closing, and we're gonna like get to work.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, send me more. That's totally fine.
Okay, perfect.
All right, guys. Do you have any last minute questions?
No.
All right. Thank you guys for like spending an hour and 10 minutes with me getting this done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.